The word testing is nothing but it is a process of identifying the defects in the product.
Okay.
Okay, like I'm muting everyone. If at all you have any questions, you unmute and ask me. Okay, because I'm able to hear some disturbances.
Oh, okay.
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 Yeah. The word testing is nothing but it is a process of identifying the defects in the product. Before going with an exact definition of testing, let me give you a small example. Let's say I'm the customer. I would like to purchase a product called as GoToMeeting. Okay, we have this GoToMeeting application. It's a product. It's a software product. Now let's say I would like to purchase this GoToMeeting product. But before purchasing this GoToMeeting product, I have got some requirements in this. I'm expecting something from this GoToMeeting application. Let's say I have got 3 requirements. My first requirement is I'm expecting this GoToMeeting application to be user-friendly. So what is this user-friendly? User-friendly is nothing but ease of using an application. It should be designed, the application should be designed in such a way that the end user will feel easy to use the application. So this is what is my first requirement. I'm expecting this GoToMeeting application to be user-friendly. My second requirement is I'm expecting this GoToMeeting application to be compatible. Compatibility. It should provide compatibility. What is this compatibility? Compatibility is nothing but the product or an application should support every environment. Okay, let's say I'm using this GoToMeeting application. I'm running this GoToMeeting application on Windows XP operating system. You may run it from Unix. Somebody may run it from Linux. Whatever operating system they use, I should design an application in such a way that it should support every environment. That is what is a compatibility. Or let's take another example. As GoToMeeting application is a web application, I'm using browser. Let's say I'm using Google Chrome in order to open this web-based application GoToMeeting. You may run this GoToMeeting on Internet Explorer. Somebody may run it on Mozilla Firefox. Whatever browser they use to open this GoToMeeting, it should run on every browser. That is what is a compatibility. Okay, now all the applications, whatever we have in the market, we have Gmail, Yahoo application, Google, Facebook, all these applications provide compatibility. Nothing but they can run on any environment. Okay, nowadays you have this application supports even the mobiles also, like Android operating system, whatever it is. So there is a demand for those applications which provide compatibility, which should support every environment. So I'm expecting, as a customer, I'm expecting this GoToMeeting application to be compatible. This is my second requirement. And my third requirement is I'm expecting this GoToMeeting application to be efficient. Efficiency. What is this efficiency? Efficiency is nothing but speed of an application or response time of an application. Okay, now I'm talking to you. My voice has to reach to you within a fraction of milliseconds. That is how the application is responding. That is how we measure the speed of an application. Let's say if it is taking some 5 minutes or 10 minutes to reach my voice to you, then are we going to use this application? No, because the meeting will not go smoothly if at all there is a delay in voice. Okay, that is what is an efficiency. I'm expecting this GoToMeeting application to be efficient. It should respond to my actions immediately. So as a customer, these are the 3 requirements which I'm expecting in a product GoToMeeting. Obviously, before purchasing this product, I'm going to test it to see whether it is meeting my 3 requirements or not. So this is what is the main intention of testing. The main intention of testing is to see whether the product is meeting the client's or the customer requirements or not. Okay, now let's say as a customer, when I'm testing this GoToMeeting application, I identified that it is meeting my first two requirements, that is, it is user friendly and it is compatible, whereas it is not meeting my third requirement. It is not efficient. Okay, now when it is not meeting my requirement, am I going to purchase this product? Tell me, Prabha, am I going to purchase this product? Can you hear me? I think you have muted. Yeah. When it is not meeting my requirement, am I going to purchase this product?
No.
Obviously no. Okay. Because when it is not meeting, I'm not going to purchase this product. Because I have got many alternatives in the market. I have got many products in the market with which I can perform these online meetings. If GoToMeeting is not meeting, I'll go for some other product in the market, alternative. Let's say we'll take the other example, WebEx application we have. Even WebEx application is also used to perform this online meetings and all. We have got Skype also. Okay, so let's say I'll go with WebEx. But before purchasing WebEx also, I'm going to test whether it is meeting my three requirements or not. Let's say the WebEx is meeting all my three requirements. So I'm going to satisfy with WebEx application and I'm going to purchase WebEx application. So everybody, as this GoToMeeting is not efficient, everybody would be going with WebEx application. Then tell me what happens to this GoToMeeting application. Prabha?
Yeah, no one is going to use it.
No one is going to purchase it. Okay?
Yeah.
When nobody is purchasing it, it cannot survive in the market.
Yeah.
When it cannot survive in the market, the organization who has developed this product, who has produced this product, will get loss out of it. They'll not get any profit. Okay, if somebody is purchasing, then they'll get profit. As nobody is purchasing the product, when it cannot survive in the product because it's a defective product. As it is a defective product, nobody is purchasing it. Ultimately, they are going to get loss out of it.
Yes.
Okay, is it clear? So this is what is the main disadvantage you have if at all you don't test an application within the organization. If they would have tested within the organization, they would have come to know that it is not efficient. They would have fixed the problem within the organization. Okay, as they have not done the complete testing of an application, as they have released in the market, it's a defective product in the market. Okay, because the main intention of every organization is to satisfy the customer. Okay, if they satisfy the customer, then they can expect more projects so that they can improve their business and production of the organization. Okay, but how do we, like, in what way we are going to satisfy the customer? If I deliver a quality product. Okay, as an organization, if I deliver a quality product, then I'm going to satisfy the customer. Okay, but how you are going to give an assurance? How you are going to say that whatever product I am giving you is a quality product? How you are going to give an assurance to the customer?
I don't know.
By testing. Okay, if at all we test within the organization, if at all I test, I'll come to know whether it is a quality product or not, whether it is meeting all the client's requirements or not. Okay, after doing testing, then we can 100% confident, we can say that it is a quality product. With full confidence, I can say that it is a quality product because I have already tested the product within the organization. Are you getting the point? So this is what is a necessity of testing in the organization. Okay. So as a tester, I'm going to test the application according to the client's requirements, according to the customer requirements. Okay. Whatever requirements the customer is having. I have a document. In that document, I have got all the requirements. I'm just going to see whether those requirements are fulfilled in the application or not. This is what is a role in brief I'm talking about. Okay, in detail you'll be having methods, methodologies for testing and all. But in brief, this is what is a role and responsibility of a tester. Okay, to test whether the product is meeting all the customer requirements or not. Is it clear? Okay. Understood what is the necessity of testing?
Yes.
Okay. See, so many people will ask me, like even the developer is going to perform this testing. Okay. Actually, developer is the one who does this initial testing. But
Okay.
why can't the developer be a good tester? This is a question. Okay, every student would be asking this question. When we have a developer, then why we need to have a tester? Why can't the developer do the correct testing and all? Why can't he be the good tester? Okay. The thing is, see, in general, the developer would be having some parental behavior because he is the one who has generated the code. He is the one who has written the code. Okay.
Okay.
See, in a general example, I'll tell you. We know that our kids are very naughty.
Yeah.
Okay. But we won't accept it. If somebody says we don't accept it, did you get my point? Because they are my kids. Did you get the point? Same behavior we have with the developer. Because he is the one who has developed the code there, he won't agree the defect that early. Did you get my point? That's the reason we need to have a tester in the organization. Did you get my point? Okay. So tester is going to test the application. See, we mainly focus on identifying the defects. Okay. We mainly focus on identifying the defects. That is why we need to have a tester in the organization. Okay. Did you get my point? Okay. Fine. Now let me write the definition of testing over here. Testing is nothing but, as I've told you, it is a process of identifying the defects in the product. In this definition, I'm making use of a word called as defect. But how can we define a word defect here? From our example, we are saying that GoToMeeting application is a defect product. Okay, just a general example I'm giving it. But I cannot say that it is a defect application. People want Citric organization will not accept if I say that, because Citric is the one who has developed this GoToMeeting. Okay. So how can we define a word defect? Is nothing but a product which is deviating from client requirement, client or customer. Deviating in the sense when it is not meeting the client requirement. Okay, in real time we should not say that it is not meeting and all. We should say it is deviating from the client's requirements. Okay, then that product is called as a defect product. Clear? So the other definition of testing what we have is, testing is to make sure or testing is performed to deliver a quality product. So in this definition, I'm making use of a word quality. So how can we define a word quality? It's quite opposite to the word defect. I can say a product which meets all the client requirements. Client's requirements, then it is called as a quality product. Clear? So far what we have discussed? We have discussed what is testing and why to perform testing in the organization, and what is the necessity of having a test engineer in the organization. Clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So now we have to know who are the people involved in testing. People involved in testing. So if I come in a hierarchy, as I've told you, initial testing would be done by the developer. We have developer who is involved in testing. We have tester, test engineer or a testing team. We have senior management team. We have customer, or we call him as a client. We have got end user. Okay, we have 5 levels of people, 5 sets of people. Now, when it comes to developer, the role and responsibility of a developer is to develop a software product or a product. If it is a software product, he need to generate the code, nothing but he need to write some set of programs. Okay, whatever technology he may use. Okay, he may, according to the plan, they may go with the C, C++, .NET, Java, whatever it is. According to the plan, they have to go for generating the code or writing a program. So once he has written a program, he is the one who is going to compile and execute the program, execute each and every instruction within a program to make sure that program is running successfully without giving any errors. Okay, so what he's doing there, he's checking the code, he's testing the code, whatever code he has generated, he's testing that particular code to make sure it is running successfully without giving any errors. Okay, so this is what we say that code testing or unit level of testing would be done by the developer. Okay.
So the developer, not the tester yet?
First, initially it would be done by the developer. That's the reason I have told you. See, if he has written a program, if he is not executing, nor if he is not compiling or executing, how will he come to know whether it is running successfully or not? Did you get my point? This type of testing is different. He's testing the unit. He's testing the structure of a program. Nothing but each and every instruction is executing to make sure that program is giving the accurate result. If the program itself is not running successfully, then why as a tester, what is the fun of a tester testing that code, I mean, product there? Just assume a product is nothing but a set of programs. Okay? If the program itself is not running successfully, then what is the use of giving it to the tester? Okay, as a developer, I need to fix that. I need to first, my main role and responsibility is to write a program and to execute that and to make sure that it is running successfully and giving the correct result. Then once it is done, once the code is generated, once the product is developed, then I'm going to release that product to the testing team. One more level of testing would be done by the testing here. Okay, according to the requirements given by the client. Okay.
So if the developer does, if the developer doesn't find anything, also the tester will test it again.
Yeah, developer is only concerned with the code whatever he has generated. Okay. But when we go as a tester, I need to play a role as an end user. Like if I give this application to the end user, or if I give this application to you, how you are going to use that application, how you are going to access that application, or how you are going to test an application. Did you get my point? So he's going to act he's going to act like an end user or a customer while testing an application, so that he can identify many defects in this. That is what I am saying. Okay, a tester, mainly focus of tester is to identify the defects. Okay, he does many transactions on the application. He does multiple transactions on the applications to make sure whether it is handling all these transactions. Okay, whether it is running successfully or not. Did you get my point? Okay, even the single thing I have to take it as a complex thing. As a tester, developer would be testing with positive scenario. As a tester, I need to test with positive and the negative scenario. That is what is the main difference you have. Even I need to take the negative scenario. If I go with a negative scenario, how the application is behaving. This negative scenario, the developer is not going to do. Did you get my point? Okay, he is going to test the product with positive scenario. If I take a login application, I'll take an example of login application. What is the functionality of this login application? If I pass valid inputs, it should accept me. If I give valid username, valid password, it should accept me and navigate me to the inbox window. This is a positive scenario where I have given the valid inputs, valid username and valid password. This is how the developer would be doing. But when it comes to tester, as a tester, I will test both positive and negative. Like if I give invalid inputs, if I give invalid username, invalid password, how the application is behaving. As a tester, I need to test the invalid scenario also, negative scenario. Okay? If I run it with invalid inputs, it should not accept me. If it is assume that if it is accepting, then I raise a defect, saying that it is accepting the invalid inputs. Did you get my point? Okay? Clear now?
Yes,
is it clear? Okay. So now next, when the product is ready, it would be released to the testing team, where we have a group of testers. The role and responsibility of a tester is to test an application in order to identify the defects. Okay. Now, once it is being tested by him, the next level of testing would be done by the senior management. Who all people comes under the senior management? I cannot say that they will be involved in the next level. Right from beginning, these people are involved. But who are the people comes under senior management? It could be a project manager, test manager, or quality assurance manager. You have got test lead. All these people are involved in this to make sure that they are developing a quality product.
Okay.
These people are involved right from the scratch, right from the first step, because right from the starting they have to monitor, they have to verify whether I'm taking the correct resources for testing, whether I'm preparing the correct documents for testing, whether I'm following the correct test approach for testing, whether I'm going with the correct methodology. So they are going to verify everything right from the starting to make sure that it would be a quality product at the end. Did you get my point? Okay. Because at last these people are the one who need to communicate to the client regarding quality. See, as a junior tester or a senior tester, I cannot go and communicate to the client that this is a quality product and all. Who has to communicate? It is a senior management team. Okay.
Okay.
So blindly they cannot say that it is a quality product. They need to monitor something. They need to perform many walkthroughs. They will conduct many inspections, review meetings to make sure that at the end it is a quality product. Clear?
Okay.
Understood?
Okay.
Now once they have given a sign off, once they have approved, senior management have approved that it is a quality product, the next level of testing would be done by the customer. In the real time, we call this testing as a UAT, user acceptance level of testing. Customer, before accepting the product from the organization, he is going to test the product to make sure that it is meeting all its requirements. If it is meeting, then only he is going to accept. If it is not meeting, if some of the requirements are missed, then he will say the same thing to the developer project manager that these are the requirements you have missed. Okay, you need to develop these requirements. He won't accept the product. Okay, until and unless all his requirements are fulfilled in the product, he will not accept the product. Okay. That's the reason he performs UAT, user acceptance level of testing. Okay. Now at the end we have the end user. Okay, mostly the test engineer is going to act as an end user. Who is an end user? See, I will not go and do the testing in the organization. The test engineer, he himself will act as an end user while testing an application. Okay. Let's say I'll give you one application. I'll give one application to Prabha. She doesn't know anything about that application. She doesn't know what is the functionality of that application, but she used that application. You are the end user. End user will not have any knowledge of the product. If you take an example of Amazon.com, you have a website for online shopping and all. Like it's a okay. Do you know how it is developed? What is the technology they have used? What are all the functionality it has got? No, but you use the application. Okay. When I give this application to you, how you are accessing this application? Okay. In that way, the test engineer is going to act as an end user while testing an application in order to identify more defects in the application. Did you get my point? Is it clear? Okay. So we can differentiate who is the customer and who is the end user. Actually, for some products they are same. For some products they are different. Customer is the one who has given the requirements in order to develop the product, software product. He has given the requirements to the software organization and he has invested the amount in order to develop the product. But who is the end user? End user is the one who is unaware of the functionality of the product, but he uses the product. Let's take an Amazon.com. You are the end user. You are simply using the application to do the transaction. Okay? But who is the customer? Who is the customer? The one who has given the requirements to develop this Amazon.com and the one who has invested the amount to develop this Amazon.com is a customer. Got it? Okay? Is it clear now? So these are the levels of people who are involved in testing. Okay. Sarita, is it clear for you? Are you able to understand?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, because you have already done with the demo. That's the reason I hope that you will understand this.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Okay. So the next topic what we have is types of testing. Coming to types of testing, in general we have two types of testing. One is manual testing. The other one what you have is automation testing. I've already discussed the same thing with Sarita. Okay, so what is the main difference you have between manual testing and automation testing? Both the test engineer is the one who is involved in manual testing and is again involved in automation testing. But in manual testing, he is going to test an application by performing each and every action manually. Are you getting the point? Okay. Whereas in automation testing, he is going to test an application with the help of a tool. Tool is nothing but a software. Okay. Just imagine if you do not have all this Amazon.com, or if you do not have all internet banking, how much time it will take you to transfer the amount manually. You have to go to bank, you need to fill up some formalities, then you will do the transaction. Then the work is done there. Did you get my point? Okay. So whatever work you are doing is all manual work. If you do not have all this on internet banking or ATM, if you want to withdraw the amount, okay, how much time it will take you? It's all manual work what you have to do. Are you getting the point? Okay. Because everything is a virtual world now. Whatever we have is everything virtual world. We have internet banking, online shoppings. Okay. All automation, everything is automated. All these are automation tools. That's the reason the work is done within a fraction of minutes, I can say. Okay. Now, whatever you have, internet banking is an automation tool, automated. You have an ATM, it's an automation tool. Okay. Are you getting the point? Is it clear? So that's the reason we say that manual testing is going to take it more time to test an application, because each and every action has to be done by the tester manually. But if I go with an automation testing, here I am taking help of a tool, nothing but a software, nothing but a, as I've told you, tool is nothing but a software here. Are you able to understand? Okay. I'll give you a small example. Let's say I wanted to perform multiplication operation of two decimal numbers. I can do this multiplication operation manually, or I can do this multiplication operation with the help of a tool called as a calculator. Are you getting me, Prabha? Is it clear?
Yes.
If I do it manually, you know, it takes more time, because it's like decimal numbers I have, it takes some time to do it manually, to get the output, to get the result. But if I go with the help of a tool calculator, within a fraction of seconds, I will get the result there. This is what is the main difference you have. Okay, manual testing takes more time, whereas automation testing takes less time when you compare with manual testing. Some more differences what you have is, manual testing is more efficient. Efficient is nothing but, automation testing is more efficient when you compare with manual testing. Because in manual testing, as a tester, I am doing each and every action manually. So the speed of testing the product is very less. Speed is very less as I am doing the work manually. But in automation testing, the speed of testing the product is very high, because the actions is done by the tool calculator in our example. Okay, because calculator is more efficient than what you do manually. This is what is the second difference you have. Manual testing is less efficient, whereas automation testing is more efficient. Okay, now the third difference what you have is, manual testing sometimes give the result which is not accurate. Because as I am doing each and every action manually, of course we are humans, we may commit a mistake some here or there. Okay, then I'll get a wrong result. The result won't be accurate. But if you go with an automation tool, if you go with a calculator, it will not give a wrong result. Okay, but as a tester, I need to provide instructions to the calculator. You need to give instructions to the calculator, what numbers it has to test, what operator it has to take and all. If at all you give wrong instructions, obviously you will get a wrong result there. Did you get my point? Okay, so as a tester, I have to give instructions to the tool to test an application. It cannot test by itself. As a tester, I need to give instructions to the tool, what it has to test, where it has to test, and how it has to test the application. Is it clear? Able to understand?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So these are the differences what you have between manual testing and automation testing. Okay. And we say manual testing is less expensive when you compare with automation testing. Because in automation testing, I need to purchase tool. The cost of purchasing the tool is very high. Okay, whereas in manual testing, I don't need to have any tool. I'm doing everything manually. So that's the reason we say manual testing is less expensive when you compare with an automation testing. It's more expensive. Automation testing is more expensive. Clear?
Yes.
So under automation testing in our training, what are all the tools we are going to cover? The first tool what we have is Quick Test Professional. We have Load Runner. We have QC, Quality Center. Now what is this Q2P? Q2P stands for Quick Test Professional. Nothing but it is a functionality testing tool. Functionality testing tool. What is a functionality? If I take a login application, just now we have discussed. What is the functionality of login application? If I pass valid inputs, it should accept me. If I pass invalid inputs, it should reject me. This is what is the functionality. Okay, so testing the functionality of an application is nothing but a functionality testing we do with the help of a tool called as a Q2P. And we say that functionality testing is nothing but testing the behavior or testing the output of an application. Okay, how the login application is behaving if I pass valid inputs and how it is behaving if I pass invalid inputs. So testing the behavior or output of an application is nothing but a functionality testing, and we do with the help of a tool called as a Q2P. Did you get my point? Is it clear? Okay.
Yes.
If I take the same example, GoToMeeting. Let's say I'm talking to you in English. The output should be English only. You have to hear me in English. That is what is a functionality. If the output is some Spanish or Dutch language, then functionality is affecting here. I'm expecting it to be English, but it is some other language. The functionality is affecting, I call it as a defect there. Did you get my point? Okay. So testing output in this way is nothing but a functionality testing, and we do with Q2P. And the next tool what we have is a load runner. What is this load runner? Load runner is performance testing tool. Performance testing is nothing but testing the speed or efficiency of an application. Let's take a small example. I open the browser, I run the URL as google.com. I have given the URL as google.com. I have clicked on the submit button or a go button, whatever it is. What I'm doing here, as I'm a client, I'm giving a request to the Google server. I have given a URL as google.com. What I'm doing, I have given a request to the Google server. Now what the Google server has to do, it has to process my request and it should give back response to me. So here as a performance tester, what I am doing, I am testing how much time this Google server is taking to give response to the client system. Is it giving immediately or is it taking some time to give response? So this type of testing is nothing but a performance testing. Did you get my point? Okay. I'll take an example of ATM. ATM is again an automation tool. Why we want all these automation tools? In order to reduce, it should save the customer time. I want to save my time. That's the reason I'm going with this all automation tools. Okay. Now I go to ATM. I insert my card. I give my PIN number. Let's say I've selected a transaction called as withdrawal amount. I have given some amount of 5,000. Now what the ATM has to do, it has to respond to my actions immediately. Let's say if it is taking some 10 minutes or 15 minutes, then what is the fun of having ATM? Did you get my point? I can go to bank and do the transaction there because I'm expecting all these automation tools in order to save my time. If they themselves are taking more time, then what is the fun of having all these automation tools? Did you get my point? Okay, it's mandatory that you have to test the performance of each and every application. Okay, if it is taking more time, then nobody is going to use that application. It would be again a defect product in the market. Did you get my point? Clear? Okay. So this is what we do with the help of a tool called as a load runner. And the next tool what we have is QC, which is called as a test management tool. What it is going to do? Mainly we use this tool in order to report the defects to the developer. I have identified the defect. I cannot go and fix the defect because to fix the defect we have to go and change the program source code and all. As a tester, I am not concerned with the code because I may not have a knowledge of the program what he has written. So I will report it to the developer. How you are going to report it? Okay, to report to the developer, we need to prepare many documents. what is the defect I have identified, where I have identified, on which date I have identified, how badly the defect is affecting the application, how severe the defect is. All these things I have to document. Then I need to send this document to the developer. Just imagine if I have to send it manually, it takes more time. I need to email a document to developer. So what we do, instead of doing it all manual work, once we have identified the defect, we will upload the defect in the QC tool, Quality Center, where everybody, whoever is working under my project, they have an access to this QC. They can view the defect information. Instead of sending to each and every person, what I am doing here, at a time I am uploading it to QC, where everybody, the project manager will view the defect, the test manager will view the defect, test lead will view the defect, even the client can also view the defect. Even the client has an access to this QC. So the work is done a very smart way. Did you get my point? Okay. So this is what, that is how we call it as a test management tool, which is going to manage the entire testing process. So in our training, we are going to cover these 3 tools. Clear? Clear, everybody? Any doubts in this? I think you have got a clear idea now actually what is testing, why testing in the organization, why test engineer in the organization, types of testing, what are all the tools. Is it clear? But apart from these tools, you have many other tools available, existing in the market. Like you have Selenium nowadays. Selenium is again a functionality testing tool. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So you have some other tools in the market, but in our training, we are going to cover these 3 tools because we have got good demand for these 3 tools in the market. Okay?
Okay.
Any doubts, Sarita? Any doubts?
I have a question.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I think load runner is different from WinRunner or same.
WinRunner is again a functionality testing tool. WinRunner, Q2P, Selenium, 3 are functionality testing tools, whereas load runner is a performance testing tool. As WinRunner, it's an outdated tool what we have. The existing in the market is Q2P and Selenium.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any more doubts?
So one doubt, like the testers will be given this tool, right?
This tool would be installed in each and every system in the testing team. We need to work with this tool in order to test the application.
Okay.
Okay, actually test lead is the one who is going to make a decision. He is going to analyze the requirements and he is going to make a decision like which tool we have to go ahead. First he will make a decision whether to test it manually or with the help of tools. Okay, if at all it is tools, then what are all the tools we want? Okay, he is going to prepare a plan document and that plan document has to be approved by the test manager. Once it is approved, we are going to implement the plan. We are going to follow the plan for testing the application product.
Okay.
Okay. Any more doubts?
No, Sirisha, I think.
So shall I wind up the class, Prabha? Clear everything?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay then. Okay, I'm going to wind up the class. Okay. Bye everyone. Have a nice day.
You too.